guys, Mr. Fluffy Pants here. Today, guys, another video. And today, guys, I'm reviewing Scoob, which is the newest Scooby Doo movie, which came out in 2020. And this movie was supposed to have a theatrical release today, which is May 15th when I was filming this, but, then it was like, we'll just release it on premium VOD, so you can rent it for like $20, or you could just buy it for $25. And let me just prerequisite this. Just go and buy it. This movie is absolutely amazing, but if you have not watched that, please go watch that. But I am going to do a little non-spoiler review first, then I'll go into spoilers, let you guys know whenever that happens. But, me, I absolutely love Scooby Doo. Definitely one of my favorite film franchises, or just franchises in general. And, I did buy that, the 50th anniversary box set, and that's really cool. I'll leave a little link in the description for that and a little iCard. But, I'm a huge Scooby Doo fan, and I love me some Hannah Barbera shows and stuff. And let me just tell you, if this movie right here starts off the Hanna-Barbera universe, and, Warner Brothers lost the license to the Lego movie, well, I think they found their new gold right here, because this movie is absolutely spectacular. No matter if you're a fan of Scooby-Doo, or old fan, a new fan, a fan of Hanna-Barbera, you will absolutely love this movie. Like, this movie is absolutely amazing. I will say, though, the animation, it kind of does take a little bit to get used to. Like, in the opening scene, I was like, I don't really know if I'm going to like this animation, but the animation, once you get used to it, is, like, absolutely amazing, and, like, like on Scooby and all, it's absolutely, like, gorgeous, but, like I said, it does take a little getting used to, or at least for me, at least, and same thing with some of the voice actors, like Shaggy's voice actor. At first, I was like, I don't really know, but, he's able to put his unique spin on it, which I do appreciate, and, the characters are still recognizable. Of course, you can't replace Frank Welker as Scooby-Doo, but let me just say, the voice cast in this is absolutely spectacular. Like, Blue Falcon, which we'll talk about the twist, I guess it's kind of a twist later, but, him being voiced by Mark Wahlberg, absolutely great voice casting, and I forgot who voiced Dynamite, but that was kind of, it took me back for a little bit, because I'm used to him having such a goofy voice, but I really enjoyed what the voice actor did with Dinobot, and I'm not sure if Dee Dee was a new character invented for the movie or not, but she was absolutely spectacular in this movie, and, the Blue Falcon ship, the Falcon Fury, is really cool, and, of course, the main bad guy, it's not really a spoiler. It was in one of the trailers, which is Dick Dastardly. We'll get into his plan, or, what he wants later, but it's just so cool seeing him, as the main villain in a Scooby-Doo movie. He doesn't have his wacky hat or whatever, but, this movie is absolutely funny, too. Like, this movie is hilarious. Like, I was laughing a lot, like, more laughs than I actually really expected, and, this movie also has a bunch of heart in it. Like, near the end of this movie, like, I literally almost cried, and, once you watch the movie, you see what I'm talking about, but, like, it really focuses on Scooby and Shaggy's relationship throughout the movie, which I really appreciate. But like I said, I absolutely love this movie, and definitely some of the best Scooby-Doo's turned out, and especially recent years, since recent years it hasn't been putting out too much good stuff. Looking at you, Scooby-Doo, WWE, or whatever. But this movie is absolutely spectacular, so I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. Like, I absolutely love this movie. So, don't rent it. Just go buy it. It's only $5 more, and plus you got it pretty much whenever you want. But now I'm going to get into spoilers, and there are some, spoilers I wouldn't like, or you shouldn't really get spoiled for you, because, this movie is amazing, and some of the twists and stuff in it is great, especially as a fan of Hanna-Barbera and Scooby-Doo. So, first of all, the whole opening scene with Shaggy and all that, that's absolutely, you kind of really feel for him. I feel really sad for him. And, Scooby-Doo was his first, really friend, and how they meet and all that. And, it really, like, makes you emotional later whenever they start fighting, and, he takes off the dog collar and all that. It really hits you right in the feels. But, and I love how, after they meet up with Fred, Velma, and Daphne, how that's pretty much where the original series takes place. Like, who get a whole 3D animated version of the opening from the original Scooby-Doo show, and I just started freaking out. Like, I love that so much. So, and because I guess the original anime show take place during that time, and you really get to see them grow up, which is great during that. I guess it's like a little montage or whatever, but And then, how, let me just tell you, I did not expect Simon Cowell to be in this movie, and his role is just hilarious. How he's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be the investor for Mystery Inc. And he's like, yeah, Shaggy and Scooby got to go. I just was not expecting that, and I just love that so much. And, especially at the end, whenever Dick Dastardly, they pull off a mask, and it's got Simon Cowell, and I'm like, I don't really think Simon Cowell really did all that. And they pull it off. It's just Dick Dastardly dressing up as Simon Cowell, which dressed up as Dick Dastardly, which is just amazing. But because they were like, there's no way he's got time for this and reality shows. But I don't know. I just think that's hilarious. And Shaggy and Scooby get attacked by Dick Dastardly's little robots. And I absolutely love Dick Dastardly. And his whole main plot is pretty much his best dog Muttley, which is great as a wacky fans racer, is got trapped in pretty much I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's pretty much like Greece's version of hell, but it's like treasure there or something like that. He gets trapped there because he went through like a one-way portal or something. So Dick Dastardly needs one of the last descendants of Alexander the Great's dogs to open up the gate so he can go get some treasure and Muttley back. And so him and Shaggy kind of have connected there, how they both love their dogs, but Dick Dastardly, he doesn't really want to show it, but he also just loves the treasure too. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so Dick Dastardly's after Scooby for that, so that's why he sends his robots and all that. And he's also got to find the three skulls of like the three-headed dog. Forgot what it's called, sorry. But to unlock the gate of I don't know, just Greece's version of hell. But so Shaggy and Scooby are with the Blue Falcon gang and all that. And it's a great twist, realizing that, Blue Falcon is actually retired and his son Brian, played by Mark Wahlberg, is, taking up the role. And, him and Dynamite and Dee Dee don't really get along well because, Dynamite's like, you're just a coward, Brian. And, they're just back and forth are hilarious, and it's such a great twist. And let me just say, his entrances in this movie are absolutely fantastic. Like the one on the ship, and then at the end, whenever they get the new Mystery Machine, spot on. Like, I absolutely love that. But I really love Brian in this movie. He's probably like one of my favorite new additions, I guess, other than of course the classic Scooby Doo gang and Dick Dastardly and all them. But there's also subtle Easter eggs in the background of some scenes. Like you get some classic Hannah Barbera cameos in the credits, or the end credits. So make sure you watch all those, because I saw like Jabberjaws, which is one of my personal favorites. Like, I love Jabberjaws. And in this movie, they even got Captain Caveman, which is great because they have to go underground to get one of the skulls or whatever. And Captain Caveman is the protector of it, and they have to beat him in gladiatorial arena. Love that they were able to include a whole society of Captain Caveman. It's like, oh, that's just so great. But Dick Dastardly, he unlocks the gate with Scooby or whatever. Shaggy and Scooby have kind of like a falling out, but it really hits you in the feels. But he opens up the gate, and the giant three-headed dog comes out and starts ravaging everything. Dick Dastardly goes in, and he thinks his best buddy Muttley's dead, but he's not. And they take some treasure off, but while everybody else is trying to fight this giant demon dog creature. And, Brian actually, heroes up and becomes the hero that, his dad left, which, is really great to see him and Dynamite getting along together. And like I said, I absolutely love the voice of Dynamite. Like, I don't know, I just loved his line delivery and everything. And the Falcon Fury is absolutely, a fantastic design ship. Like, I love that ship so much. And also, I don't think I mentioned this, but the soundtrack in this movie is like top notch. Like, there's just a lot of great songs in this movie. But, and then that whole thing where, Shaggy's got to, lock the gate from the inside. I almost cried right there, to be honest, because, Scooby and, oh, that's just so sad. But, Shaggy does come back eventually, which, is great. But it really got you in the feels right there, which I kind of knew he's coming back. But for a second, I was like, are they actually not going to bring him back? But I'm kind of glad they did. But, like, that was really emotional, and that really tug at your heartstrings, along with a lot of the other stuff involving, like, your dog being your best friend and stuff like that in the movie. Like, this movie has a ton of heart in it. But Overall though, like, this movie is absolutely spectacular. It's only an hour and 33 minutes long, I believe, but please just watch it. And I kind of do wish that this movie got a theatrical release, because it really does feel grand in scale, and I definitely think this is one of Scooby-Doo's, like, best things they ever turned out, and definitely by far the best movie, probably, other than, like, Zombie Island, of course, but Scooby Doo looks great in 3D animated, but I absolutely love this movie. Like I said, I give this a 9 out of 10 because it is just that good. Like, please, like, give us a sequel, or I'm sure they're going to do more Hannah Barbera universe movies, but please give us, like, Scoob 2 or something like that. Like, please, please, please. But anyway, guys, let me know down below what you guys think about Scoob. Did you guys love it as much as I did? Because I absolutely adore this movie. But check out my Twitter and Discord, link in the description. Like and subscribe for more. Check out some other videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.